Yo, what is up? News and updates. Second week of January 2021. I've got new tanks for you. I've got new maps for you. I've got Crew 2.0 news for you. I've got 2D skins and 3D skins for you to look at. So let's jump straight into it. First of all, you are looking right now at the straight from the super test 114 SP2. This is a tank destroyer tier 10, some kind of reward tank that they are testing out on super test right now. Obviously tier 10, it's not going to be an attack 3 tank, it's going to be some kind of a reward tank. Probably Clan Wars, because that's the only reward that they give out in tier 10 so far. And these are some of the specs. I don't want to go too much detail into it. I'll make a video about it a bit later on when there are more detailed pictures and renders about it. But I just want to know, I just wanted you to know that this exists, and let's have a look at it. This is what it looks like right now. As you can see, it is not even fully textured yet. They've rendered it somewhat, but they don't have any textures on it yet, so it's still very plasticky looking. The cool thing about this tank destroyer in tier 10 is it has a rotating turret. Now, whether it's a limited rotating turret, like maybe it only rotates 90 degrees or 75 degrees, I don't know, but it looks like a regular tank, but this is a tank destroyer. So that's the only interesting thing that I see about it right now. If it was a fixed turret tank, I wouldn't have been very curious about it, or wouldn't have been interested in it at all, to be honest with you. So that is the new tank for you in the super test, the 114 SP2 Chinese tier 10 tank destroyer in tier 10. And the next tank that is on the super test is the K91 PT. Now, there are three versions of this. Of course, there is the K91 with the rotating turret, the medium tank, that is the tier 10 right now. And then there's a new one in super test, which is also a rotating turret, but they put the turret right in the front of the tank, and that is a K91 version 2 or whatever. And then we have this one, which is a K91 PT, which is a fixed turret tank destroyer at tier 9. So again, I'm not a tank destroyer player. I don't really care too much about tank destroyers, but this is what it looks like. So let's just have a quick look at it. If you guys are into tank destroyers like the Object 268 version 4, this is kind of like, looks like it. I don't think it has the kind of armor that a 268 version 4 has. This would be, you know, have the kind of play style like the K91, which is more like a sniper kind of tank, you know, from a distance. It looks pretty cool. It looks like the K91 except with a fixed turret. It looks not bad, but again, I don't like fixed turret tanks. It gives me a headache when I'm in sniper mode playing with it, so I'm not really interested in this tank. But if you are, know that this will be coming out in tier 9 as some kind of, normally it's like a reward tank, right, when it's tier 9, so it's going to be probably included in your front lines, maybe Steel Hunter. I'm not sure about that. It could happen, who knows. Next up in the news is the super test maps. 4 new maps. Tropica is map number 1. Another map is called Ivanovka. The third map is called Soma GG. Another map is called the Graf Zeppelin 2. And the last map is called the Island. Now, I don't want to go into too much details about these maps because they are still very early in development. In fact, I have done some videos about these tanks, about these maps. If you want to go see them, look at my video history. You'll be able to see some of these maps featured. Of course, one of the maps that I was totally interested in was this map, the Island map, and that's because I made a map similar to this for a War Gaming Asia contest, and it was featured in their War Gaming Asia portal. It looks almost exactly like that. Maybe I could pull it up and paste it next to this map just to show you the similarities. What do you think? Don't they look the same? I've asked Wargaming Asia staff. They say my map has got nothing to do with this map. It's just a coincidence that they look somewhat alike. But anyway, who cares? Let's move on. The next video I wanted to show you was a flyby video of the new map, which is pretty cool. So I've sped this up at 2 times the speed just to show you what the Graf Zeppelin 2 map looks like. Let's jump a little bit further on. You are looking at the north part of the map. It is a winter map, but you can see from the textures of the map, it is still very early in development. Now, if you ask me my opinion, I can tell you what this map looks like. Take a look at the mini-map. What does that remind you of? Doesn't it remind you of the what's the Studenski on the east side, where the railway divides up the one third of the map, the right side of the map. So it's a bit of a Studenski and a Pilsen mashup, because on the west side of the map you see a bunch of buildings there. That's where they build the Zeppelins, the air balloons. That's why they're so huge. Look at these houses and, you know, townhouses in comparison to the factory building. The factories are ginormous, while the houses around it are kind of tiny in comparison. So in my opinion, this map looks a little bit like Studenski and Pilsen combined. They mashed it together. The east side is Studenski and the west side is Pilsen. What do you think? There you go. This is the massive factory where they house the air balloons, or the Zeppelins, or the Hindenburgs, or whatever you want to call them. But yeah, pretty cool. Let's move on to the next news, which is Crew 2.0. I can tell you they are testing out on the super test a Crew 2.0, a new game mode that they've added into World of Tanks. No, it's not a game mode. It's basically Crew 2.0, replacing the current system of the Crew system as we know it right now. I don't know why they want to do it. Doesn't seem to be anything. It's not broken. There's nothing really too bad about the current Crew system, but I can tell you right now, in the super test, a lot of people are not very happy. The initial feedback, if you want to read them, I'll read them to you a little bit. The source itself reports the quote, "I do not know what the what ASSHOLE maybe came up with this, but as the players correctly point out, this is an attempt to remake what is still working quite okay. As a result, the players will suffer as always." Now the super testers are saying, damn, Wargaming is doing this just to make money, just to suck you guys out dry for your gold or credits or whatever. I don't know, because I don't know much about what's going on. You know, there is some news leaking out about how the system works, but I've not tested it out myself. I can't give you a clear opinion, because I've not made a solid opinion. I've not formed a solid opinion of the Crew 2.0 system yet, but I can tell you this much: a lot of people are unhappy in the super test. I can tell you from my point of view, I have 250 tanks which have crews, and when they launch Crew 2.0, they're going to make 3/4 of my crews absolutely redundant and useless. Do I get compensation? Because I have spread out all the crew skills to so many tanks and so many crews, am I going to be losing out when they compact all the crews together, when you only need one set of crews to run 3 or 4 tanks? Am I going to be losing out because in the past I have built up all my crews, 250 sets of crews or whatever, with only 3 skills each crew member, instead of smashing all my crews with, instead of smashing all my limited numbers of crews with 9 skills or 10 skills or whatever, which some people have. So am I going to be losing out? That's one of the questions that I have for myself. It is causing a lot of anxiety in the in the World of Tanks players, and there's not a lot of answers. I wish Wargaming would be more clearer about how they're going to compensate the players with the new system. At least they will understand whether they're going to lose out or they're not going to lose out. At least let the players know in advance. But what I can tell you this much is Crew 2.0 is definitely going to be implemented in the game, whether you like it or not, whether these super testers like it or not. If you look at the amount of preparation that they've done the interface, they've done all the planning, they've done all the graphics, it is very unlikely that they will not roll this out. So I just hope that, you know, it's going to be a good thing instead of being a bad thing. So that's all I have to say for now. You have to stay in touch for future videos if you want to know my opinion on what's going on with Crew 2.0. Now let's move on to the 2D camos that is coming up. This is a new camo called Bull Cavalry. We have a lot of camos coming up from the Clan Wars events, from the previous videos that I've made. There's so many 2Ds and 3D camos. Some of them look cool, some of them not so cool. This one looks kind of cool, but remember, this is a dark color with a dark red. It won't really show well in your game client itself because it's not a bright color, and maybe that's a good thing, I don't know. But my opinion is there is just too many camo 2Ds and 3Ds. It just, I feel like there's just too many of it. This is called Carnival Night. I don't know in what in conjunction with what celebration, whether it's like a Valentine gift, Valentine Day gift, or Chinese New Year gift, or whatever. I do not know, but it looks pretty cool. But is it unique? Is it special? Every camo they put out is kind of cool. This is Carnival Day, the opposite of Carnival Night, and also another one that looks pretty cool. This one looks more like not carnival but carnival, like Brazilian thing, right? Looks kind of cool. I like the color. It's very funky, very tropical. Again, is it special? There's so many kinds of camos floating around. I don't know which one is special, which one isn't anymore. They're all special, I guess. Nobody is going to remember most of them because there is just so many of them. I don't know if it's going to add value. This one is called the Great Wave. It looks like a starry night. The painting, kind of the wave, looks pretty cool. But like I said, is it special? I don't know. You make up your mind. I guess everyone wants something different. You can change it up whenever you want. You can never have enough camos. This one is called Mazlinista, and it commemorates something. I suppose it sounds Polish or maybe Russian. I'm not sure. It has to have to be something to do with something from the Slavic countries, I guess. You tell me if you know. But it looks pretty cool. I like the lighter colors, the white colors, because they kind of stand out when you have it in game, because the game is so saturated. You have so many saturated colors, right? Dark green colors, forest colors, browns and greens. When you have something like a white, bright colors, they tend to stick out and stand out a little bit more. The next camo is a 3D camo called Kaiju, and this one is for your Type 5 Tier 10 Tech 3 tank. This is of course a 3D style or 3D camo. Maybe you can purchase this, or maybe it comes free with something, or maybe it has to do with Battle Pass, one of the 3D styles for Battle Pass. I'm not too sure, but it has a naval theme. You can see there's an anchor and stuff like that on the turret, huge machine guns on the top. There's anti-aircraft guns going all around. It's kind of cool, but yeah, some people like it, some people don't. I think it's okay. Next skin is also a 2D skin. I like this one as well. This one is called General Frost, and I like it because it is a lot it has more brighter colors on it, which kind of stands out when your game is very you know, your game is a lot of greens and browns, very contrasted deep colors. The light colors make your tank pop, make your tank stand out in the battlefield. So I prefer these kind of colors, bright colors. And General Frost looks pretty cool because it's got this kind of like you know, superhero kind of theme going for it, I guess. I like it, it's cool. And the last one, the last but not least, is Love Machine. This might be exclusive to the Lowy or the Lover. I'm not sure, but it seems to me, because they call it Love Machine and they put it on a Lowy, on a Lover. Looks pretty cool. Looks pretty funky. Looks like some kind of print, like a newspaper print or something. Yeah, I like it. But anyway, that concludes the news and updates for the second week of January 2021. That's all I have for you for the weekend. Tune in next week if I have more updates and maybe more on Crew 2.0. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.